want to buy a new camera, but you really don't know where to start. There's like 6 million different possibilities. Each camera has their own specific features, and they're just completely different. The storage media is different. Everything about them is different, and they all have price points all the way from like $50 all the way up to like $5,000. So what exactly are you looking for? Well, today we're gonna talk about the type of camera that you will possibly need, and show you a few examples of cameras on all ranges so that you can decide what's the best for you. Stay tuned. Okay, so we're looking at the cameras on all different sides of the spectrum, but I want to start off with sort of the mid-range, the type of thing that, you know, an entry-level videographer, for example me, would prefer. Obviously, I prefer to get a video camera, not a DSLR, because video is going to be my primary use, and the video-specific camcorders are always going to outperform a DSLR in terms of the amount of, just in terms of the settings that you need to shoot good video, in terms of frame rates and things like that, as well as setting your iris and all that good stuff. So, I want to talk specifically about the camera that I have. This is the Canon VIXIA HF G20. This is the camera I got. This is what I like to call a prosumer camera. I talked about this in an earlier vlog, but this is what I like to call a prosumer camera because this is on the very high end of consumer cameras, and it's on the low end of the professional level. So I think it's a very good entry level camera. Reason being that this camera, the quality on this can support up to 1080 progressive at 60 FPS, which is pretty much, you know, it's professional grade. That's the professional quality. I know that these days we're now getting into 4, even 5K video, but for pretty much everything you need to do, 1080 is more than enough for what you need. It's a nice camera. What's really cool about it, some of the good features are that it includes 32 gigabytes of internal hard drive memory, so that if for some reason you misjudge your the amount of time you're going to be shooting and your SD cards fill up, it'll start shooting on the internal memory, so you have some leeway there. It shoots in AVC HD format, so that's a nice format for editing. It's not the best, it doesn't have the best quality possible, it's not like ProRes or Cineform, but it is significantly better than H.264, and it works great for example, I use Premiere, and it seems to work great for Premiere. And it supports up to SDXC, I know how to speak, cards. It has obviously the nice hand strap here, and it supports up to 2 SD cards. You can see that there's a double bay there. I only use one because that's all I need right now, but it can support up to 2. You can record to both at the same time as like a backup, or you can record to one and then when that feels like go to the other. And then remember, it does have the internal storage as well. But more general features, it has the nice light, the sort of shader here, so that it can filter out extraneous light. But you can also take it off, and you can see that it has the nice Canon lens there. And yeah, some of the drawbacks of this camera, though, are that the battery that is included, which I have right here. This is the battery that came with it. The life is not that great. I had to use the included charger cable whenever I was shooting with it. So I went out and just got like $30. I got a charger and 2 of these Wasabi Power, Wasabi Power batteries, and these hold up to 5 hours of charge. So that's pretty great. That's what I got. The camera has a wonderful viewfinder. This thing is really big. It's nice, and it's touchscreen, which is very nice. And it does have the eye viewfinder here, but I never use that because one, it's really tiny, and it's just not what I like to use. And this whole camera, you can get this for around $800. I actually got this as a refurbished model from Canon directly for about $500, and it's basically brand new. So. That's the camera I use. Another drawback of it is that it doesn't have a standard accessory shoe. It has Canon's own mini advanced shoe at the very back here. You can see there it is. So if you want to use any accessories on top, you have to get an adapter, and those can be a little pricey. So, and if you do get like a shotgun mic to put on top, it can actually block the zoom control here. So what I did is I went out and got a few of these frame pieces, and I actually joined two together, and I actually have the other piece right here, and I put a shotgun mic on top of it. So that's how I got around that. And it also has support for LAN C control. So if you do use the advanced shoe mount, you can always have a LAN C controller so that you don't cover up the zoom control. Has HDMI out, and also has USB 2.0 if you use the internal storage. So that's the camera that, for someone like me who's just a beginning videographer who wants to look professional and not completely empty the wallet, that I think is a great option. It has amazing quality, the features are very good, and I think that's a very good way to go. It's a prosumer, like I said, it's at the very top of the consumer cameras, but it's at the low end of the professional. It's actually, this camera is actually very similar in design and features to the professional, like the low tier professional Canon XA10, which actually pretty much looks almost identical to this, except it has an audio mounting handle on top of it that you can add to get some XLR input and stuff like that. But this, there's so many just other adapters and accessories you can get that you can get all the same features as something like an XA10. At my school, when I went to high school, the professional used XF 105s from Canon, and those are around 3,000 maybe. That might be high, actually, maybe more like 2,000. But the image quality was exactly the same on either. So it's really, if it's the quality you're after, you don't have to spend a crazy amounts of money. And it has like the nice portability of one of those little point and shoots, but also has the professional quality, and that's what I really like. So if you're like me and you're looking into getting something that's an entry level that's good, but not, that's not amazing, but not crap either, and doesn't cost way too much, and doesn't feel cheap, then the VIXIA HF G20 is the way to go. Obviously, if you want to start upgrading, you can upgrade to things like the XA10 or the XA20. Those are around $1,200 to $1,500. If you want to go lower, I'd recommend something a lower line of the VIXIA line from Canon, or there are other options probably from Sony as well. And so that's something that you guys should probably think about. I know a lot of people who want to go into video and they're like, oh, I'll just get a DSLR, But if it's really video you're after, DSLR is not going to give you all the options you really want. So I think that this is a great option. It's a great entry-level option, and I've been very happy with it. So I hope that this helps you guys out with your search for a camera. Yeah, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments. I will graciously give my feedback and stuff. So thank you guys for watching. I hope this guys helped you out.